For joining me today. This is Bill with Province Mortgage. I wanted to take a couple minutes just to talk to you about applying for a mortgage, what to expect when you're expecting to apply. So sorry about my corny sense of humor. Um, First step, okay, initial phone call. So this is really just talking about, are you loan ready? Let me get you on the phone. Let me take 5 to 10 minutes of your time. I mean, if you have a bunch of questions, we can go longer. Most important thing to remember here is don't be scared. This is not meant to be an over the top phone call. I like to be honest and I like to be casual, but I'm really just trying to figure out what it is you're looking to accomplish. Are you purchasing, refinancing, yada yada? What's your time frame? 6 weeks, 6 months, 6 years? And then the big thing that I'm going to ask you about is your income, assets, and your credit. So have an idea about where you're at with all this, okay? Income, what are you making in a year, in a month? Assets, what do you have available to put down for a down payment, for closing costs? And credit, what's your credit score? Those three things drive a lot of the process. Okay. So where you're at with each of these is going to help determine a lot of what's available to you when it comes to programs. All right. So after our phone call, though, I'm going to ask you to fill out an application if we decide that we're moving forward. With this, it's all in the details. This is when you go on to the secure online form I have. I get hard data from you. And this gives me the ability to pull credit. And it also gives me a lot of metrics that I need to have as far as, okay, what do you really have in checking account, savings account, retirement accounts? What is your monthly income? Once I pull your credit, I'll see what your credit score is. I'm going to see what kind of debts you have, monthly obligations, that kind of thing. This is when we can dive in a little bit deeper and really start matching up the programs to your situation. So after the phone call, I can give you a vague idea kind of what you're going to be looking at. But after I get all this stuff, that's when we can really dig in. Okay, so once I have a look at what you filled out on the application, we can start to narrow in on the programs we're looking for. And then the next step, which is usually the hardest part, just because we're getting a few different documents together. I'm going to have another video on the type of documents I'm looking for. But this is kind of, let's back up everything that you said on your application, establish the paper trail. We're going to look into your past. Usually it's the last 2 to 3 years that we really care about, and that's going to help us determine your future risk for this loan, right? Are you going to be able to repay this loan? So if we really care about our income, our assets, and our credit, let's look at income. Is it consistent? Is it spotty? Do you work, a year here, 6 months there, you have 4 months off there, or have you been at the same place for 10 years? Is your income increasing? Does it fluctuate up and down? Those are important factors. You have smart money management. Let's look at your assets. Do you make $50,000 a year and you have $100,000 saved? Congratulations, you're very good with managing your assets. Or do you make $200,000 a year and you have $1,000 saved? Okay, what's going on here? This is where we start to kind of hone in as well on your use of credit. That's a very important part. Helps determine a lot of the programs that we're looking for. What's your credit score? Are you over leveraged? Do you have a lot of debt, to your name, or, are you doing a good job of keeping your overall credit utilization down? Those are all the things that we're going to be documenting and backing up what you put down in that application, because we want to make sure that you're going to match up to one of the big programs, right? Conventional, FHA, VA, USDA, those are the big programs in the space, more so conventional and FHA. And once we're zeroing in on the fact that yes, John or Jane Smith, you're gonna fit with one of these programs pretty well, that's when I can give you a pre-approval. So those steps that we just talked about are what lead up to a pre-approval. And nowadays you can't even make an offer usually without a pre-approval. So sometimes it's important to talk to me first before you go looking at houses, and let's get an accurate idea of what some numbers are going to be and what you can actually qualify for. As always, I think knowing what to expect will prepare you to ask better questions throughout the process. And I love when people ask questions. Each step of the process, you're going to have different things that maybe you don't understand, that you're inquisitive about. And knowing that this leads into that will help you ask better questions throughout the whole process. But every situation is different. So please don't hesitate. Call me, email me, reach out. Let's talk about your situation. Again, this is Bill with Province Mortgage Associates. Look for more videos in the future. I hope you found this one useful. Any questions about this topic or any other that you'd like to see covered, just reach out to me. And yeah, look for more videos in the future. See you guys again soon.